So, dudes, we're gonna go ahead and jump right back into the video.
Hey, what? Get out of here. No one said you could make a video.
Sorry about that. I swear these voices keep getting louder and louder. Where we last left off, the party had finally rendezvoused with Firewall. The kid had called in some favors and managed to commandeer a ship so that we'd actually have a way to get to our first mission. And while the team was busy planning, the kid decided to go check out the ship, you know, make himself at home, get familiar with the controls, make some sandwiches. On his way there, he managed to avoid all the cameras and avoid loss prevention from Smith and Weston. However, the rest of the team wasn't so lucky. They had a run-in with loss prevention and Smith and Weston themselves right before they got on the ship. He ended up handing them a card saying, "Call them, we need to talk." And we pick up from there. The rest of the party walks into the hangar where our ship is docked and go to open the door, but it's locked. The kid responds, "Who is it?" And they obviously go off saying, "Open the door right now, we need to leave." He had his fill of trolling by this point, so they got on the ship without incident. Thanks to the kid going ahead of the entire group, the ship was already started, warmed up, and ready to go. So pretty much everybody hopped on board, and instantly we took off. Kind of bypassing a couple procedures that were technically supposed to follow, but with my just barely high enough roll, we got out of the dock with just minor scrapes to the ship. I'm piloting the ship, the other team calls Smith and Western. They call up the number that they were given, and Smith and Western picks up like almost instantly. The team ends up asking them like, "So you want us to call you?" They respond, "Yes. For now, we'll call off loss prevention. However, we have a proposition. The small one currently piloting the ship has squirreled away some of our information, and we would like it back." The group responds, but he doesn't remember the information. He wiped his memory. This time the large male responds saying, "Well, he wasn't stupid enough to not leave a backup. So whenever he knows, you'll know, you know." "So you want us to turn it into you instead of Firewall," the team responds. "Precisely." Which the guy pipes up at this point and says, "Well, when we know, you'll know, you know." Which they respond with, "That's not funny," and they hang up. So they talk amongst themselves. I'm none the wiser because once again, I'm piloting a ship. But around this time, I had finally finished up hacking into the ship so that I had full control of the ship without having to be sat behind the controls, and I kind of just sat an AI in front of it, and he was going to pilot the rest of the way. However, that was short-lived because as we approached the asteroid belt, we got hit by a small meteor that went directly through the AI's brain, not like enough to completely destroy it, but it was enough to make it slightly malfunction and start careening off into larger asteroids. So we had to quickly set to work. One, I had to repair it. Two, we had to go outside and make some repairs because the meteor didn't stop inside the robot. It went through the ship and punched a hole in the hull. That went over with no problems for the most part, other than there wasn't a small enough spacesuit for me, so me and the guy had to figure something out, and I was kind of like riding on him as we went out to go fix the hole. After that near disaster is over, we finally make our way to the portion of the asteroid belt we're supposed to be in without any other hiccup. We weave our way through the asteroids and finally pull up on the tiny asteroid colony that the cultists are staying at. The first thing the kid notices is there is no mesh here, at least not a wireless one. Quick explanation of the mesh. It's essentially the super internet that's available in the future. There's usually two ways to access it. Usually in smaller colonies, like the one that we're currently on, you have to specifically jack into the system using a data port or a computer that you have on your person, or in larger systems, or if you have a smaller system that you set up wirelessly, you can do it through your mind because you essentially have computers in your brain. The second thing I notice is the docking mechanism and docking system is completely destroyed. So we essentially had to idle the ship, open up the bay doors, and jump across and hope we didn't fail the roll and, you know, fly off into empty space. We all make it across without issue. As we started to make our way into the habitat, we noticed one thing of the dock worked, and it was the airlock. And it was also locked. However, that was too much of a problem. Guy had the utility tool still. Now, first order of business was to get ourselves in disguise because we had an idea of what the cultists wore. The plan that we came up with was to dress just like the cultists, infiltrate their ranks, kind of just lay low for a little bit, make our way up, and just kind of grab the book and run. So it was going to be, you know, a little quiet job, no hiccups, no nothing, in, out, bam. So we get to work on that. The hall right after the airlock has a couple of lockers lining the wall. There's a couple of rooms to the left and right of us as we come down. Most of them are like changing rooms. We open in a couple of lockers, and lo and behold, there's a couple of spare robes inside. So all of us don the robes over top of our vac suits, and we get ready to start putting our plan into motion. And as if on cue, two cultists start coming down the hallway, and at the sound of footsteps, all of us panic instantly, and all thoughts of the plan go directly out the window. All of us go to high, and most of us do pretty well on a roll, except for the kid. For some reason, it didn't dawn on me to ask how big the lockers were before I decided to try and hide in them. My DM asked for a dex check to see if I can get into the locker. I failed horribly, so instead of being able to squeeze my small body into the locker, I got stuck inside the locker, all crammed in this weird angle, and was just pretty much halfway sticking out of the locker as the cultists turned down the hallway. And at the same time, all of us just hear, "What are you doing?" And that's about where this session ended. Following the same schedule I've been doing, next episode will be out on Monday. Hope you guys are actually enjoying the story. Like I keep saying, this campaign was just so much fun to play, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. You can follow me on Twitter at Jar of Wizard and on Tumblr at the exact same handle. If you liked the video, maybe leave a like, comment, share it with the rabid raccoons that are outside at 3 a.m. eating your garbage. I don't know. You beautiful people have a nice day. Bye.